She called Black woman lazy on a podcast, but the internet is asking, is she describing herself? A woman on the podcast said something that instantly set social media on fire. She said, Black women are lazy. Not some, not a personal experience, not a specific situation. She said, Black women. Now, let's pause right there because that statement isn't just wrong, it's reckless. Black women have historically been some of the most hardworking people in the society, from building families to building businesses, to leading movements, to carrying the entire household on their back. The word lazy doesn't even belong in the same sentence. Black women are among the fastest growing entrepreneurs. They dominate in education. They show in healthcare, corporate spaces, creative industries, small businesses, and community leadership. Many of them are working twice as hard just to get a half recognition. So when someone throws out a blanket insult like that, you have to ask a real question. Is this about Black women or is this a projection? My name is Faith and you're welcome back to Chat with Faith. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you found this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a conversation. And as always, credit goes to the original creators for every single clip used in this episode. This channel is for educational purpose and awareness. It is not to hate or discriminate against anyone. The goal is to have honest and respectful conversation. We've got more clips and conversation coming your way. Stay tuned. Let's chat.
A lot of Black women are lazy.
Wow. Black women lazy? I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
A lot of Black women are lazy. A lot of, and I can't say a percentage number because, you know, I'm no statistic or analytical person, but a lot of Black women want to either be taken care of, want to remain on Section 8 in public assistance, or are comfortable being a CNA with the W-2 position.
Standing ovation and boxing us in. There are women that are content creators working in corporate America. I worked in corporate America for 10 years. Know a vast majority of Black women that do that. There are Black women that are Olympians, thought leaders. Shall I go on? We all know the detective from the first 48. That was a Black woman as well. We have had Black women that have tried to run to become the president. We have Black women in Congress that are using their voices every day in order to change the world. We have the highest percentage of Black women in college that are getting up every day, going to class, and making A's, getting prepared for their future. It's giving that you came up there to say what they wanted you to say, because you also end up saying that you don't even know the numbers. So you're effectively communicating to us that you have no idea what the hell you talking about. You just saying something because you're on a podcast where that's acceptable for you to say, and that's what they want you to say, to disparage Black women on their platform where y'all are all just sitting down sharing ideas. A lot of people might say that's lazy. I don't, because I appreciate opinions and thoughts and whatever the case might be, but it's giving. One of the laziest things that you can do is make a bad faith argument without no research at all, and whether you understand it to be true or not, and you just say it. That is like the laziest form of podcasting or thought leadership or whatever you want to call it. I swear, the art of journalism, y'all could have never done it. Y'all would have never made it. That's why people get so mad when they see Black women sitting down, because they feel like she has not done enough, even though she's taking care of any and everybody that's around her. When I seen this dude, I already knew it was going to be a problematic take. I already knew that. Let's shame the women that take it upon themselves to make sure that people live longer, call them lazy. But to come at Black women and say Black women CNAs are lazy is crazy, because their coursework is rigorous. The fact that they have to deal with suffering and keep a positive attitude, and the amount of schooling they have to go through, the amount of juggling they have to do as far as their personal life, taking care of everybody in their personal life, and then also having to take care of people at work, crazy. You even say it yourself, you couldn't do it. So that inherently means that it's not a lazy person's job. It takes a lot of dedication in order to be a CNA or in the healthcare field, period. And then let's be real, compared to men, women ain't lazy at all, especially Black women. We have to do everything for everybody else and be way more smart and be way more articulate, be way more everything else. I shouldn't even have these dreads in corporate America. I can't even wear my hair how I want to. I gotta even get up and do my hair in a way that I don't want to in order to be accepted. And you call black women that are CNAs lazy. It's crazy. Men refuse to do housework when they get home. All they have to do is go to work and come home, and that's enough. Women still have to do housework in the home, baby. That's anything but lazy. Don't listen to any and everybody, and don't let nobody let y'all tell that lie, because black women are the only people that have stood on their own, keep standing up on their own, keep fighting for their rights, and keep going to work every single day and making it happen and take care of kids and take care of the community and take care of the whole United States and take care of people everywhere else. We ain't gonna do that, ma'am.
A lot of black women are lazy.
Wow. Black women lazy?
Not quite how I wanted to start Black History Month, but I guess you learn something new every day, because I was under the impression that black women was some of the most hardest working creatures that I have ever come in contact with. But to each his own. But I did want to read something to you real quick, and you can actually Google it, because that's all I done. As of 2021, black women owned approximately 1.4 million businesses in the U.S. They are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the country, with a growth rate of 164% from 2007 to 2019. Challenges include access to funding and resources compared to other demographics. Surprise? So we basically got to do what everybody else do, but we have to get it out the mud, baby, because the resources not available to us like they are everyone else. But hey, we still make it happen. Story of our life, right? Employees of black-owned businesses grew by 33% since 2012, more than the employee growth rate for all businesses. Okay? Black women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the U.S., representing roughly 42% of all new women-owned businesses. While they make up nearly 14% of American women, they own approximately 4.23% of women-owned businesses. As of 2022, black-owned employer firms increased to 3.3% of all U.S. employer businesses. Don't seem like we're too lazy, but to each his own. Have a good day.
We got to talk about this.
A lot of black women are lazy.
Wow. Black women lazy? I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
So first and foremost, we got to talk about the fact that black women make up about 70% of the black students that graduate from college. So they are not lazy. And they do that a lot of times while bearing children, while going through their woman issues, whatever they have to deal with emotionally. They get through all these things and still accomplish that at a higher rate than black men. And they do pretty well in this country right now in today's current society. So we can't say that black women are lazy. Not all black women are lazy, first and foremost. And I don't know why she's taking a shot at the CNAs, because CNAs are definitely necessary. You know, we got elderly that need to be taken care of. And thank God we got people that are willing to do it. So yeah, you don't want to take a shot at the CNAs, because your ass will be old one day. And you're going to want a CNA to wipe your ass, unfortunately, if you make it to be that old. But you know what? It speaks to a larger picture. It speaks to the picture that the fact that this women with this boss mentality, and don't get me wrong, I think that all women should aspire to get as high as they can on the totem pole, to make as much money as they can. But it's a particular type of mentality that comes with some of the women when they have this boss mentality, that it's going to make it very hard for them to find a mate. They're going to be single for a long time, because if you have this mentality that you a boss, there's not going to be room for a man to come into your life, because your mentality alone is going to run them away. And it's not so much about a woman just wanting a man to take care of her. It's about a woman, once she find a husband, or once she find a man, she going to want that man, or she going to want her husband to play his role. And in his role as a man, we all accept as men, our role is to take care of our women. So it's not so much that she just wants a man to take care of her. It's just that she wants a relationship. And in a relationship, these are the roles that we play. We take care of each other.
I just got something to say. My own personal opinion, as a Black woman, I'm offended by so many Black women that's on social media that's trying to let down the next sister, throw her under the bus, trying to say that she's lazy, or talking about her profession that she chooses to work. Like, first of all, whatever she chooses to work, whether she's a housekeeper, a CNA, a LPN, a RN, a doctor, a lawyer, they do it with grace. A cook, because at the end of the day, Black women, you don't give them no degrees. They may get 1 or 2 degrees out of their life, but when they come home, Black women have so many different titles that they have when they go home. After a long day of people thinking they can say whatever they want to say to her, and she's got to stay humble and grace. A Black woman is the most graceful, humblest person on this planet, because the way people be coming out of character, and a Black woman got to sit there and be obedient and keep her mouth closed and keep her professionalism while she's on her job making the money, that in itself tells you how much strength she has in her. Her inner soul has so much strength. Not to mention when she got to go home, whether she's with a man and she's got kids, now she's got to play the role as a mom, a mediator, a cook, a cleaner, a doctor, even a lawyer. Whatever the circumstances is, she's got to do it. And not to mention, if she's with a man that is trying to belittle her because he went out and got a little job and he's trying to throw his weight around the house, and now try to place insults after months or years that she done built you up, and now you got a little job, and now you want to get one up on her, and now you want to think that you're going to go out the door and try to cheat on her if you got a job in corporate America or whatever it is. But guess what, baby boy? And that's all you will be when you sit here and try to sucker punch a Black mother that was there for you from day one when you didn't have shit. But you forgot yourself because you went in corporate America and let them build you the fuck up, blow your head all the way up to the point where you try to come home and trade coy things at her and then try to leave her after years of her slaving, having sex with your selfish ass, even when she didn't like you because you mentally abused her, verbally and physically assaulted her, had your goddamn kids, and then you decide to leave her. Now, should we play the role of waiting to excel? And how? After all those years, they choose the white woman, or they choose a Latino woman, whatever it is. Or they go with a Black woman that didn't get trained or have the code of ethics of what a Black woman entails. You never steal a man from another Black woman. You just repeating the cycle of the same dumbass white Black woman that sat there and let the slave owner sleep with her and do all kinds of stuff, and then she tried to throw all the other Black sisters under the bus, getting them killed and hurt and all that stuff, just so you could think that you're going to be in the big house with the white man. You ain't never going to be superior to a white man. That's like you going to corporate America talking mad junk about the ghetto, but when they beat your ass in corporate America and you feel like shit, you go to the hood, you drive through the hood, you go to your friend house or your family house, they have good plate of food for you. You sit there and pour your heart out. You cry to them and you pour your heart out to them. You go to their church, you do all kinds of stuff, and it builds up your self-esteem for you to go back out there and beat the Badgers again. But guess what? Never forget where you come from. Black women is not lazy. Not by a long shot. And if you feel like they're lazy, it's because you boring them, that they can't do what they need to do. It's called self-respect, and the Black woman has all of that and some. And we have to put up with so much stuff. It'd be nice for a Black woman to be able to come home and dinner is cooked for her, and the kids is well taken care of, and the house is in decent order. But if you're a single person, you'd be happy after working 2 or 3 jobs and people still saying you have Section 8 and all this other crazy nonsense and not even knowing. They just running their mouth. What is it called? The naysayers of the world. Just saying anything. Use your own goddamn brain. Look into your own inner soul. Would you want to be treated like that? Would you want somebody coming at you disrespectfully? See, a black woman has a lot of patience. It'd be nice if she can be able to come home and get in her tub with her little bath oils and her little crystals or whatever, her nice little music, her little candles, and her fine wine that she worked all her time to get that nice bottle of wine to be able to wind down in her bathtub. That is her luxury. But for black women that are miseducated and think you're going to throw another black woman under the bus and say they're lazy and whatever profession they chose, they still want to be on Section 8 or they still want to do that, you ain't one up on a person. You better stop talking to them white folks and letting them white folks build you up, because you're going to get your feelings hurt. I done wrote a whole rap bar about how I feel as a black woman. I have many titles that I hold as a single black woman, doing what I need to do since day one with my child, from 0 months all the way up to 17. Yeah, we go through stuff, but it's all in how you do and all in how you deal with it. You can't sit there and try to throw another one under the bus. Who is you? Unify. That's what the white man always wanted, for us to be divided and conquered. Come on. Why you think in all these damn story tales that they have in a thriller, the black female is always throwing her real friends under the bus and then confiding in the bad people, and they end up being the ones that want to swallow your ass whole? But then how you get saved in the movie is now you get some sense in you and you go back to the hood. You go back to your real family. And that's how you get out of this conspiracy. Come on now. Since the beginning of times, get with the program. Stop coming on social media trying to say negative stuff toward black women. And for the real black men out there, you ain't going to be disrespected by this video, because you're going to understand that a real black woman will always have your back no matter what. Even if you shit on her and you grimy, you try to feed her to the wolves, she will save your black ass 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. But when she's tired, that's when you got to fucking worry, because she ain't going to fuck with you no more. And you're going to wish that she's going to fuck with you some more. You're going to wish that you had her home cooked meal. You're going to wish that you had her good loving. And you're going to wish that you was in her fucking house, because she is the security of that bitch. Ain't nobody breaking in that bitch. Not with a black woman there. Hell no. And that's all I got to say for y'all, because I done wrote a whole rap bar about this shit. I'm working on this shit right now. When I come up with this song, please give me my respect as a black woman, as an independent artist that's sitting here trying to give you good flavor, good content. Fuck good content, good lyrics, good music. I'm trying to go all the way. I told you, I'm coming. I'm coming. And y'all didn't understand that. I'm coming. I'm very unique. I'm a very unique blend of black woman. I done been through some shit. If I really tell you how I really feel, y'all would hate me for real. Y'all would think I'm an angry black woman, but I ain't angry. I done healed, and I'm healing through my music, and I'm trying to let y'all know that. I'm trying to be positive. But when I see ignorant ass shit on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or whatever, man, you getting reviews off of putting another black woman down, putting a sister down. Man, get your fucking ass off social media. Go find a new hobby. You ain't no damn content creator. You full of shit, bitch. Get the fuck off social media. I don't ever want to see no shit like that again. Don't make me have to come for your ass on live and blow your ass up with some freestyle bars. Please. Peace.
Easy.
Wow. Black women lazy? I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
Who said black women are lazy?
Black women are lazy.
Wow. Black women lazy? I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
Because whoever started that lie clearly doesn't know history or reality. Black women have never been given a break. We've been the backbone of households and the backbone of this country, working, raising families, building communities, carrying everybody else while being criticized for it. It's wild how people swear black women have no ambition and are dependent on government assistance, like that's the whole story. Meanwhile, there are black women born into wealth, legacy, education, entrepreneurship, and influence right here in America. Daughters of affluent fathers, raised by educated, business-minded mothers, surrounded by excellence. And let's be clear, And we're going to clear this up. No shade to anyone who's needed assistance. That help fed children while women worked, paid rent while degrees were earned, created stability that turned into home ownership and generational progress. Using resources doesn't equal laziness. Surviving systems not built for you takes strategy. So let's be honest. Calling black women lazy is not an opinion. It's a lie. And it's tired. And we're not letting it slide. Find something else to say.
My primary care doctor, a black woman, the therapist that I saw before, a black woman, the midwife that did my cerclage surgery, a black woman, my endocrinologist is a black woman, daycare owners, black women, my supervisor, a black woman, the managing director of the entire department of the insurance company I work for, a black woman, a lot of business owners I know, black women, a lot of nurses that I work with, black women. So I don't know, maybe she needs to just broaden her circle. Maybe it's the people that she hangs around, because I don't know what black women she's talking about. I don't know what black women she's hanging around. I want to address the CNA comment because that was so belittling. CNAs, they're not just black women. It's a bunch. I've seen a lot of white women that are CNAs and they actually enjoy their job. You know, they actually care about what they do. CNAs, the hospitals would not be able to run without them. A CNA definitely saved my job when I was a new nurse. CNAs, they are amazing. So all this belittling their job title to wiping ass, they do so much more than that. And I need you guys to be careful with your words before you eat your words. And going on a podcast filled with men that don't really respect women to belittle women is just such coon behavior.
A lot of black women are lazy.
Wow. Black women lazy? I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
I don't understand how another black woman can sit up here and tell a black man that a lot of black women are lazy and you don't have the data to prove it. The majority of my friends and associates that I know and the women who I have come into contact with over the years of my life have worked their butts off. They're not on Section 8. They don't get government assistance. And some of them are married and some of them are not. I have seen black women become single mothers because the man has walked out of their lives and they have raised their child or children with no assistance from the father, no assistance from the government. They have managed to go to school with those babies on their back, get a good job, and pay their own rent, mortgage, or bills. I have seen single mothers, black mothers, go out there and buy properties and start businesses all by themselves with no assistance. That buddy over here geek as if you didn't say something intelligent when the beginning of this conversation has been nothing but foolery. Girl, if you don't get off of this internet with that fat tattoo on your chest, ain't nothing that serious about having some brother want to pick you over you putting down another black woman. Because when you put her down, you just put yourself down. There's a lot that I could say about this situation that's going on in this video, but I'm going to keep my opinions to myself of what I actually see, and I'm just going to call it a pick me.
Now, I'm usually the one that says, never mind the messenger, but did you get the message? In this case, nah, man. Nah. No. Roll the tape.
A lot of black women are lazy. A lot of, and I can't say a percentage number because, you know, I'm no statistic or analytical person, but a lot of black women want to either be taken care of.
So let me get this straight. First, we was attacked because we are overly independent. Then we attacked because we don't mind going 50-50 because we know the economy sucks. And now, just because I don't want to take it in the ass, I'm lazy, girl. Goodbye. We settle for Section 8 in public assistance? Girl. Did you not see that line wrapped around the block in the beginning of November when them snaps wasn't hitting? Did you see any of us or those lines? No, you didn't. But ain't you the one who said you went from hoe to CEO? We're not going to skip over the whole part. And I never even bothered a female about what she did with her lady parts. But baby, if you're coming trying to be somebody's messenger, please make sure your shit all together.
So I saw the video of the lady stating how black women are lazy. They are CNAs, they want to stay on Section 8, they don't want to own their own business, they want to have a W-2. And I have few things to say. My mother was a CNA, and I was a CNA. The CNAs from my mom's generation when she was working busted their ass to send their children to school. They worked so hard. They picked up so many hours so their children could have a better life than what they had. Now, me being a registered nurse, I used being a CNA as a stepping stone to be where I am today and where I'm headed to. And to call Black women lazy is just simply not true. We are the most educated in the U.S., which is why there's a lot of, political discourse. But anyway, yeah. And still to this day, I work with some amazing CNAs, so I don't like the disrespect, because you don't know what people have going on in their lives or why they are CNAs, and it's not even a bad job. They are literally the backbone of healthcare. And I just find it interesting, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I would love to know what this lady did before becoming a CEO, because, and I hate to be a judge of character because we live in a world where we are judged, right? But, to see someone with a tattoo on their chest and on their knuckles, I'm just curious to know what type of work you did before you became a CEO. I'm just curious. That's all.
Did y'all see the lady Jennifer Antoinette say on the Truth Be Told, I believe, podcast? So I ran across this on my timeline, and I just cannot believe some of the stuff that people say. I mean, everybody got their opinion and everything, but she said that all Black women, especially CNAs and people on Section 8, are lazy. I think that some people just say things just to get exposure. People have been doing this for a long time. But the last time I checked, CNAs do jobs that most of us, especially me, most of us could never do. I was on Section 8 probably about 24 years ago when I raised 4 boys, of course. They're grown now. But never lazy. Never lazy. I worked. And there's so many women out here that are on that program that work. So she can't label, first of all, the CNAs. You got to give them the credit because they do jobs that, like I said, we cannot do. Lifting people up, cleaning feces and things, cleaning traits. I mean, they do some hard work. And then women that are on Section 8 are not all lazy. And I believe that she just really don't like herself and the skin that she's in. And she just has to attack Black women because that's just not true. But what is your take on that? Her name is Jennifer Antoinette, and she was on the podcast, and she said Black women are lazy. And I don't think so. Boo. I don't think so. Just saying.
You know what stereotype I find to be kind of hilarious, but also infuriating as a Black woman who's worked in corporate America and a lot of other jobs? This whole stereotype that Black people are lazy. I'm just like, I think it's a projection because a lot of the positions I've worked in, Black people, people of color, immigrants were the hardest working people in the office in the entire building. For example, I worked at this agency and I was the only person of color who worked at this agency. And I remember literally being made into the villain for walking in and working my ass off. I work extremely hard. I'm one of those people where I'm like, we're just going to get it done. I'm also neurodivergent. So I'm just like, just let me work and I'll get it done. So I was at this agency and I remember telling my boss, I was on one of our clients' websites and I noticed a bunch of typos. Web was not my department. So I didn't have the access to get in and fix the typos. So I told her, I was like, hey, just so you know, this client, I noticed this typo, we should probably go in and get that taken care of. Her response, the client never looks at that. So she was the one in charge, by the way. She was the one above me. I thought I misheard. So I was like, what did you say? And she was like, The client never looks at that. So, and I was like, okay, well, even if the client doesn't look at it, we are in charge of taking care of their website. So we should probably fix the typos. And she literally didn't want to do it. She was like, we don't need to do that. Lazy. So freaking lazy. And that's not the only example. There's been multiple agencies and places I've worked where I am looking around at the non-people of color, the non-POCs, and I'm just like, y'all are lazy. And I think sometimes the reason why they can get away with it is white privilege. They don't have to work as hard because people don't expect as much out of them. So I'm really feeling like after all of my years of living, it's not like I ever believed the stereotype, but I used to always be like, why are we labeled as lazy? Like, why is this a thing? I also am a first generation American on my dad's side. So my dad was an immigrant, my grandparents an immigrant. And when I tell you immigrants, we work so freaking hard, which is why it's insane to me. They're trying to get rid of immigrants. The immigrants are the backbone of this country. Who do you think is doing all the work? Who do you think is actually working? It is people of color and immigrants. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to say this, but like we are not the lazy ones. Okay, I'm done. I'm done ranting about this, but like it just popped in my head. I'm like, lazy? I think it's a projection.
Sometimes when a person lacks discipline, drive, or consistency, instead of thinking inward, they look outward. Instead of taking accountability, they point fingers. It sounds less like a social analysis and more like someone describing their own habits and trying to paste it on millions of women. If you feel unmotivated, say it. If you're struggling with productivity, say that. But don't transfer your personal laziness onto an entire group of hardworking women. This isn't just about one podcast clip. It's about challenging narratives that try to downplay the strength and resilience of Black women. And that narrative doesn't stand. So let's end this clearly. There is nothing bold about insulting an entire group of women. There is nothing intelligent about reducing millions of different lives, careers, sacrifices, and accomplishments to one lazy stereotype. Black women wake up early, they build businesses from scratch, they pursue degrees while raising children, they hold families together, they push through workplaces where they are often undervalued, they create culture, they lead, and they inspire. Lazy? That label doesn't survive reality. And here is the truth. When someone makes a sweeping statement like that, it often says more about their own mindset than the people they are attacking. If you're not progressing, look at your own ethic. If you're stuck, evaluate your discipline. If you're frustrated, check your own effort. Don't deflect, don't project. Accountability starts in the mirror. Strong women don't tear down other women to feel superior, and especially not Black women who have consistently proven their resilience, ambition, and drive across every industries and communities. At the end of the day, respect is earned, and Black women have earned it over and over again. If you agree that stereotype needs to be challenged, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments respectfully. Let's keep the conversation honest and rooted in truth, not projection. See you in my next video.